There is roughly 4 weeks left of this Goku Black and Future Trunks arc, and throughout the whole event, Zamasu has went from this to now this. Unlike his previous 2 forms, this is completely different. Even when he fused with Goku Black, his appearance didn't change as much as it has now. Not just his face, but half of his body has mutated into this purple slime. I wouldn't call this a transformation yet, I would look at this as more of a malfunction. The Ring of Light symbolized that Zamasu had reached an actual god status. It's very similar to what someone like Arceus would have around him. However, when Goku manages to eventually break it, Zamasu loses part of what made him divine, and now looks to be one half god, one half devil. Zamasu's natural skin color is green, but now we are seeing half of his body turn purple. In Dragon Ball, colors always mean something, and it couldn't be more evident than right now. The opposite to green is purple, and the opposite to a god is the devil. And what is most interesting about this is who Zamasu is fighting against. Vegito will constantly bring out the worst in his opposition. It happened with Majin Buu. We saw a side of him that was frustrated and helpless, and it is going to be the exact same thing with Zamasu, just to a much larger scale. The final scene in the next episode preview shows Vegito on top of Zamasu with his hand pushed down on the purple side of his face. It's hard to see because of Japanese text, however it shows a close-up on Zamasu's eye beginning to glow, and for a second he overpowers Vegito. This could be his final metamorphosis. What I mean is that all this time Zamasu has thought of himself as a god. Regardless of his actions, in his mind he is the god that the universe needs. There was actually some really distinct foreshadowing. Some random kid in the latest episode looks up at Zamasu, sees what he's doing, and says, "That's not a god. He completely wrecked the city. No god would ever do that." What Zamasu is doing is the opposite of what a god would do. Therefore, Vegito will push him to the edge and make him the devil, both mentally and physically. Of course, that's just an idea. Zamasu right now is only half purple. However, by the end of the next episode, I would not be surprised if the devil inside of him took over and his entire body changed. Then how fitting would it be? You have the 2 up-and-coming gods in Goku and Vegeta fighting against the god who has gone corrupt and is now the devil incarnate. I do have one final thing to say about Zamasu, and it's about the Makaio Shin. At the start of the Future Trunks Goku Black arc, people were thinking that Zamasu would be a Makaio Shin simply because he was an unknown Kai that was green. Even though that didn't turn out to be the case, he still is an evil Kai. So in the future, similar to what King Piccolo did, when Zamasu was on the verge of dying, he could do something to let his legacy live on, and that could bring upon the birth of the Makaio Shin. But going back, a lot of people were asking if I had any insight onto what that purple thing was on Zamasu's face and arms. Of course, I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but I just see it as he is transitioning from a god to a devil. Regardless of what happens, Zamasu has been a revolutionary villain. He's the first dude to fuse with himself. That could be another reason for why he is now purple. Anyway, I want to thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next Dragon Ball video.